morning. All right. Good morning. Okay. Max is already like, every time I come over here, my cactus is dead. Pieces of it keeps dying. It's not thriving anymore. It's pretty bullshit that I took it inside from outside. Okay. Hi. Good morning. You're just thinking about me. Thank you. Good thoughts, I hope. Good thoughts. It's going to be a little bit of a tough read. They bumped the MRI up to early next week. So I'm going to sling off and on. Right now I have it off to try to find like a more comfortable place to rearrange the sling. So the muscle doesn't get stiff. But I probably tore the muscle because my muscles were already pretty banged up from the car accident. Pretty stiff. The muscle relaxers aren't loosening my muscles, which is, I thought, what they were supposed to do. And we were contemplating on whether or not to switch the muscle relaxer, but the muscle relaxer works really good with the nerve pain. So I stayed on the same muscle relaxer because nerve pain is awful. You know what I mean? But it's not really doing anything per se to relax my muscles. So I have a funny feeling they're going to switch it up. But all the other things that they switch it up to are kind of, they're heavy and they could be sedating. So I'm trying really hard not to go that route. So it's going to be a process, that's for sure. I mean, I knew my back was in rough shape. I could have even slipped a disc. I'm on pretty good medicine right now. They're not sure. It could have, like, the disc could have, it was already herniated, right? So, like, but I don't think I slipped a disc because where it is in my arm, you know what I mean? It's, It's like my upper back to the left, like kind of under the shoulder blade is that big muscle right there. And those muscles are linked to the hip, so they've been working on those ones in PT, but I haven't even been able to do aligning in PT yet because of my muscles. My body's still kind of being in shock, even though mentally I'm kind of out of it. My body's still in it. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? You know, at least it's my left hand. It'd be a lot worse if it was my right hand. I wouldn't be able to drive. And this sciatica happens to be on the left side too. So I think when I experienced what I experienced the other day, you know, I was telling you, it was like, I don't know how people deal with the sciatica and how long it lasts, because it's pretty awful and pretty painful. I know that nerve has always been pinched, but it stayed in my back. And this time it traveled down all the way down to my leg to my ankle. My ankle was numb for like a day, which isn't good because it weakens my muscle. It's the opposite nerve. So it's like two nerves got affected. I'm just like, nothing's fucking simple with me, you know? So that muscle was triggered 2 days before that, you know? So it was already, I don't know what you'd call it. Vulnerable? I mean, I don't know. My muscles were tight. They weren't relaxed, you know? So, again, like, I don't know what you would call it, to be quite honest with you. But they were in rough shape. Hold on, I just gotta feed Moses. So that side was already rough, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it, to be quite honest with you. I need water. So it wasn't the easiest driving to get my coffee this morning. But I realized it's not really easy driving anyway, to be quite honest with you. You'd be surprised, like, when you go around a corner, how much of your body you actually use. Like going once on on-ramp is, you use a lot more muscles in your body than people are aware of. And then when the sciatica pain kicked in, all I did was turn right. And it was a little sharp, but I was like, fuck me. It's like, do I need to drive? And I'm like, I don't know. No, I don't even want to move. So nerves are very vulnerable and crucial. It's like one of those things until I started doing what I did for work. Like, you don't understand how valuable certain things are, you know? So as of right now, I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best, because that particular nerve, for the sciatic nerve, because how it switches nerves at the calf, most people have to have that nerve severed to fix a situation, because it will literally weaken your muscle, and then you're welcome, wouldn't be able to walk on that foot. So the accident did a lot more damage, internal damage, than I was clearly aware of. But all in due time, guys. I'll heal, you know? And I'm just hoping for the best that the sciatic nerve and that other one, it's just kind of temporary until the inflammation goes down. So we'll see. But I definitely cannot shuffle. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I feel like, it's like the other channel is all about talking, and now it's like, okay, well, it's like you're going to be out of work court for a little while, and opportunity to do this, opportunity to do that. And then I'm like, all right, I'm getting closer to getting back to work, a few more weeks. And then I fuck up the entire left side by a simple little stretch. So now I can't even fucking shuffle normal. So talk about getting me to exactly where I need to be. It's like being forced. Which is fine. I mean, I don't think I was slacking anyway. I was just kind of, I don't know. There's something. But, all right. So, I might be able to just gently, I can gently give it a shuffle without moving my shoulder. So let's do, I don't think I can do all zodiacs. I don't think I can sit here that long. So let's do individual. Let's start with Earth. Actually, whose birthday is it? Aries. Aquarius. We'll start with Aquarius. So, Aquarius. And I'm thinking, again, the first week of February. Sorcery. And I was supposed to go look at cars today, too. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got the rental for like another week. Right, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Week 1. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, week 1. Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Who sings that song? That might be too high. Well, I'm thinking of me. Better for you, though. All right. Stuff out of the way. Okay. Codes of nature, restoration, autonomy. I definitely feel like making love. So you got music. I think you're going to attempt to go after something. It's almost like, what I'm getting is almost like feeling liberated. And I just looked up 1555. Almost like feeling liberated in a certain situation. I think it has to do with like your moral code. And I don't typically say moral code. So that's interesting. In the sense of we all have morals, but like I wonder, like, okay, so that's telling me like we come into this universe already with a set of moral code. That's interesting. Because I feel like that's more linked to conditioning and how you were raised in your belief system. So that's throwing me off a little bit. Because I just feel like that's something like that you just like acquire as life goes on, as you get older. So that's throwing me off. Because I never looked at it or assumed we come into this lifetime with that already downloaded. I mean, I don't, might be something going on here with AI, but it's like deciding, autonomy, deciding for oneself to go in certain directions based on, morals. In regards to a person, if it's business, it would be different, but again, it's like creating your own freedom or your own independence through your own actions is basically how what it boils down to. And you have miracles here with restoration. I'm sorry, I know it was more convenient for you, but I feel like I'm struggling with my head. My head was on the struggle bus. My neck was on the struggle bus a little bit. I'll put you down a little lower. It's actually the book for those that are interested in this deck. It is a cool deck. God, I feel like everything has its place now. All right. Where everybody knows their name. What's that? Cheers? And I looked up and it's like, all right, really starting at 1555. Now it's 1955. I feel like time travel when I just said that. It's like, all right, start over. But I don't see anything with starting over. Because something is absolutely, definitely destined to take place. In regards to what you do next, I don't think you're waiting for a go ahead from your guides. You could be, but I feel like there's something with your dreams that's going on. You're coming back into balance. I feel like Candyland. I feel like this codes in nature, miracles, is like Candyland. I know when I used them last week and it felt like more psychedelic, but that's not what I'm getting. It's not like Alice in the Rabbit Hole. Well, you might be going down a rabbit hole because last night I asked my parents what they were watching. I think it's called Rabbit Hole on Paramount. I've never seen it. So you could be going down a rabbit hole here in regards to not knowing where you're going to land, not knowing where you're going to end up, or hoping for the best, or starting something without showing your face. But I don't feel like you're seeking this independence and freedom. I think you already have it, and it's more of a feeling. But I don't know if you can. It doesn't feel like you're gonna go after something in regards to like a feeling. Like, it doesn't feel like that. This is moral code. I mean, like, it's pulling me to like military, like not Navy SEALs. It's pulling me, not Black Ops. It's pulling me to Cuba. What's that movie with Jack Nicholson? It's A Few Good Men. No, I don't. Anybody know the name of that movie? Where he's like they're in Cuba and they die. The two people die or one people die. I think it's his friends. He gets bullied. It could be A Few Good Men. I don't think. No, I think A Few Good Men. Tom Hanks. Was Tom Hanks in that movie? Robert Downey Jr. I'm hearing, but was he in that movie? I think he was. Now that I think about it. All right, where's my phone? Over here. A movie where Jack Nicholson played a colonel. Yeah, it is A Few Good Men, right? Jack Nicholson. Oh, Kevin Bacon's in it too. Marines. You can't handle the truth. So I don't know. I just got pulled to that saying, you can't handle the truth. Maybe the maybe the universe isn't ready. Maybe the collective isn't ready in the sense of like humanity. And then I heard, "Are you ready for it?" Who sings that? Katy Perry. Are you ready for it? Taylor Swift. This feels very like incognito. I don't know if it literally comes out of nowhere. Let me just into the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna pee as quick as I can and put my sling on. Few Good Men. I don't. It's a tough call for me. I don't know. way more work to go to the bathroom. It reminds me like when I had my surgery and it doesn't matter. You can't handle the truth. Because I almost get the vibe of like somebody like, you can't do this without me, or like you need me vibes. But I am getting pulled to like, you can't handle the truth. So it might just be a few good men. Like there's still good people out there. It's not really about you can't handle the truth. And he plays a super fucking dick anyway. So I hope nobody's dealing with a narcissistic fuck like that. Some of you might decide to be in the spotlight or something, but this, or telling the truth could be liberating. This is tough because the channeled messages aren't really adding up to the depiction on the cards. Do you believe in miracles? What song is that? You got somebody watching you. It could be holding back. It's funny you have the star with that because I feel like you're in the galaxy anyway, kind of talking to somebody. So like, I feel like making love. I feel like, again, like there's something destined here. Somebody's watching you, or this could just be communication, a message, clear communication. Pages are messengers, but this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, so it's clear. It could be somebody kind of holding back, but it could even be you holding back. And it's like, it's all right, go for it. Like, you're destined. Time to release. Like, time to move forward. Almost maybe what you do next is restoring, or what you're working on, or what you research. And again, I do feel like there's something like a dream state energy here. Any advice for Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini? Sorry, guys. Any advice for Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, week 1? Crossed. Choices. Searching for a purpose. Daydreaming. meadow at the bottom of the deck. Shield the past and sever the ties of any obligation, fulfilling others' expectations. Choose your spiritual path and follow a daily spiritual practice and clear answers. Stay out of harm's way by displaying your courage, strength, calmness, and confidence. Trust what feels good and follow the path of light. What comes easy to you? What feels like a struggle or consistent burden must be let go of. People are projects. Anything too difficult opposing a problem. What is meant for you will come easily. Be willing to flow more freely and attract more blessings. If you feel like you have to jump too many hoops, this is not for you. Meditate, gain clarity, connect with spirit for guidance. Make this connection with a daily practice. Leave behind old habits that cause low vibrations. Consider what serves you, what you love to do, and do it unapologetically. Let go of how you want to be perceived in this world. Trust your instincts. Dedicating your spiritual practice will unveil a part of your path. Shield any burdens or feelings or obligations. Your life path is a spiritual one. Some relationships are holding you back from what's right in your soul. Shed your past beliefs and relationships that do not serve you. You are being called to choose a new direction that sets you free and clears your path of abundance, which is what we have right here too. When it comes to miracles, I don't know, it's either you're holding on too tight or you need to let go. It was reversed, so you could be letting go of things that this card discussed, and kind of seeing things clearly. And again, dream state is kind of like meditation state. It could have been talking about meditation more than dream, but this is such tiny little writing. I am acting, inspiration and insights. I must go through life. Oh yeah, that's not working for me. I just gotta take a picture. I attempted to do that before. It's just too little. Affirmation. I am acting on inspiration and insight. I move through life with ease and grace. That's your affirmation. I am acting on inspiration and insight. I move through life with ease and grace. I am acting through inspiration and insights. I move through life with ease and grace. So there's a destined path here. And clearly there's miracles on this path, things that you thought you would never see, do, feel. It's pretty exciting. You could be holding yourself back. I think you're going to step out of that energy with the Page of Swords here, with the Restoration. You have the Emperor, so possibly taking the lead. It could have to do with the masculine because you got the King of Cups right there too, and the Eight of Wands reversed. With the Hangman, Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups reversed. This could be a boss. This could be a headhunter. This could have to do with government, military. Definitely a leader. This could be saying you're going to be a leader, but I think this is somebody that's kind of keeping an eye on you. They're watching you. They want to work with you. They want to protect you. It's something like that. It's definitely a destined path. So it really is about your morals. But again, I want to say like moral code, which is interesting because maybe you're sticking to your moral code, and a lot of people have trouble doing that. Maybe we do come into this world with almost, even I'm hearing like the same exact moral code, which is, you know, what morals are, and they're important, and they'll get you where you need to be. And then it's the condition that takes over in the world, parents, whatever it may be, that makes you have a different belief. Because that belief doesn't typically come from you, it comes from generation. Unless something happens as an adult, near life experience, drugs, something, and it leads you to one thing versus the other, you know, but you're still making that decision. And then your moral code kicks in and you decide. But I feel like it doesn't feel like we all come in with a different moral code, to be quite honest with you. I feel like we come in with the same exact moral code because it's a survival tool that's given to us. So I think you're sticking to it. You're discovering more about what it may be. What I do find interesting is that restoration with the balance, like the Two of Cups, it's almost like temperance. I can shut this off now, sorry about that. It's almost like the temperance energy. And you have with the star here too, it's the Two of Cups. Like temperance. Both pouring out at the same time. With the star there, the star there. This card doesn't even really represent the star either, so that's interesting. So I think it has something to do with you guys' charts, but definitely time to release what needs to be released, make certain choices. Maybe put these daydreams on paper, or put the daydreams into action. All right. Let's do water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, week 1. Water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, week 1. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, week 1. Balance, autonomy, okay. So, all right. Basically the same message as Aries, as Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. They had autonomy as well in restoration. And you have balance here. What did air have? Miracles. Let's just go right into clarifying so I can see if there's this balance. Temperance. Here we go again with those Two of Cups. What do we have for autonomy? We had the star there before. And restoration. Magician. I mean, this balance can't become any more realistic or like any more obvious, or temperance is all about balance and healing and other qualities. But again, you have like the wizard with balance. You do have the magician there with the restoration. So this restoration doesn't even feel like a restoration. It feels more of like I'm getting like a release. 55. The energy of water in memory connects to the field where the whole source resides. Energy where you also find freedom. So it's another card of freedom. As you go through changes, the stars have always provided us with infinite perspective and a sense of possibility. This reminds you that your ancestors lived, so you would not have to ask permission to do what typically somebody would think you would need permission for in order to exist. Thousands have loved you. Thousands had to love for you to be here. Conjure the feeling of having an overflowing vast and pour yourself in the sense of a leaf. It has already happened. If this has appeared in your spirit today, ask yourself, am I showing gratitude every day? Do I believe in what I work on and it's right for you in the end? Do you believe in blessings? Do you believe in miracles? And we have miracles. And it's also pulling me to something I spoke about earlier. Oh, am I showing gratitude? I was talking about that in the very beginning, just with like the muscles in the car accidents, and like you don't realize how many muscles we actually move to even drive. It's pretty crazy. Being thankful, and I had said that with my work, like how thankful. You wouldn't think like thank you for my veins, or but I've seen people with very sick veins, and sometimes they can't get that IV, and I've seen people die because of trying to get something into somebody. So typically they usually have an IV or a port in that case, but it doesn't always work out like that. And I never thought to be thankful for my veins, that the blood actually runs through. So I talked about this the other day at the end, I think, of Weekend Read, about appreciation. So there is definitely like a healing vibe here. And again, it's another card of freedom, just like autonomy. Like you're free to create. You have everything you need. It's almost already created. It's kind of waiting for you to get up and get it off the ground, possibly. Or it's during like a meditation. So you might have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Well, most of us have almost everything, every propensity. There's very few that don't carry one propensity. My mother's actually one of them. She has 0 Virgo, which doesn't really make sense. But it with the planets, but not with the zodiac. So again, I feel like this is probably, it could be the Virgo. What are we reading on? Anybody know what I said we were on? Well, on water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Did I say that out loud? I remember kind of saying it, but then I don't know if I switched it up. I did. You might want to start like a spiritual practice in the morning. So you might be going back to something that you already started, person, place, a thing. Or something clicks, you start working with a gift. Interested to see what this says. Basil. The smell of basil can help. It's the spirit plant. In the Wizard card, we see how the person's transformed by applying the lessons that they have learned along the way. The Wizard in this card is standing on the pier, watching the waves. He maintains the sense of balance, knowing that what he has to come to and what will not pass him by. The Wizard stands with 3 joints lined up, representing moving into the next steps of a situation. The Wizard always shows up as it's time to travel. While he stands with his back to us, we must wait for him to turn around, symbolizing the patience of the joint. The momentum, you turn the ground into herbs, and the wand signifies the growth and the rite of passage delivered by the wizard. Sorry, I know I'm reading these funny and slow. I don't know why. And it is about those life lessons, and this is about, little life lessons and going after it. There's got to be some type of, clearly there's obviously Moses, some type of good morning. Some type of, what was I going to say? Oh, transit. I was talking about the planets for week 1. So really going after something. Again, this is something that's you've already created and you're coming back to it or putting more work into it. Or it's something you're going to start and you have all the tools that you need. It's like you're free to go. It's the rite of passage, which probably has to do with that moral code. Patience with the Wizard. Temperance is all about patience as well as balance. Finding that balance. As you move forward, as we proceed to give you what you need. as you proceed, it might get easier and easier, because it is a destined path. There's always going to be bumps in the road, but I have a feeling like you're just kind of going to flow through something too, guys, because, and just again with the patience, but I feel like you have a spirit guide that's pretty close to you. Like it's one that doesn't leave. Like I have a great-great-grandfather that always stands to the right of me. Every time I talk to somebody, it's the first thing they mention. And some, it's not even the last thing they mention. I've even asked people like, hey, how come you never mentioned him? Because they're like, well, we really don't want to freak you out. You know, so it's you can look at it as part of like a spirit team. But he chose to do this in my lifetime to protect me. I don't think everybody has someone like that. Some people do not have spirit guides. I know some people are not gonna believe me when I say that, but that's the truth. In that case, they typically have like good friends, you know, they have people to lean on, but so there could be something here in regards to like your ancestors. And that was one of these messages. I can't remember which one, but I mean, it could even be a best friend, somebody who passed away. He had passed away right before I was born. And maybe that was meant to go down that way because that's the lineup, that's the destiny. Like he had already chose that to look after one of his great-great-granddaughters, somebody in the family, you know what I mean? So I guess I never really looked at it like that either, but it does make sense, you know, he passes and then I'm born. And I've never looked at it like that. But again, it makes sense. So maybe they knew I would have trouble following my path, or maybe they knew I would encounter, you know, a lot of like evil or negativity along my path. Like it's not, I can't imagine he's there just because of like shits and giggles and this is what I choose to do. He's protecting me from something, someone, energy, you know what I mean? And I'm family, I'm blood, I'm his bloodline. So this has to be somebody's message. It's like the same thing, you know? And there's a reason for that. Maybe if it wasn't there, maybe the bloodline would end if he wasn't there. And you know what I mean? Like you never know why. So I think some of you have a strong guide or ancestor. They might make it more known. Or they lead you, they manipulate your phone. You know, it's like when I started YouTube, it started with astrology and then it got me into crystals and then back to astrology and then tarot. You know, it's like the whole, I did say that something about AI, right? Or was that in the air? read. Again, this is going after something. It's a beautiful message in the sense of like, they got you. And you could just be starting something, and it's in this particular first week of February, and it's shown to you a dream, and you're like, really? Or, you know, we could be connecting with this guide or this ancestor. Because it's going this way as if it's like the past, somebody, you know, that came before you. So some of you might even watch a movie, or there's something with DNA. You could have did one of those DNA tests and you find out where you're actually from, and then you're curious and you go and explore. There could be something with like adoption here again, and it's like going to your homeland, the culture, the roots, discovering new things. You know, and people might be like, oh, you know, it's not smart to travel on your own. But like this is all about freedom and independence, you know? Because I feel like somebody else is guiding you. And this feels like an earth angel or a guide as well. And it's like, you got this. Whatever it is, you're capable of it. It definitely has to do with the planets and your chart, for sure. You know, some of us came out of an 8-year cycle. Others, I think, is 20. And there's 2 other ones. I think one was 14 and one was 3. So, astrologically, and now that we're stepping into, again, going into Aquarius again. So, but we had just come out of, I think, a 20-year cycle as well with Aquarius. Right? Something like that. So, I didn't pull one of these. So, and this is happening during Ascension. You could actually be this person too. People look at you as like an earth angel, or this could be a priest. This could be, you know, a number of things. Somebody who inspirates you. Right? Somebody that inspires you, or you're an inspiration to others. So it's like definitely starting something. You got Trinity, balancing, making decisions, priorities, and adapting to change. Bottom of the deck, prosperity, wealth, contentment, abundance. So, mind, body, and soul. And I feel like this is more like adapting to change. What are your priorities when it talks about, you know, maybe a spiritual routine, or even if it's like before you get out of bed and you decide, you know, your alarm goes off, sit there for 3 minutes. I know a lot of people bounce out of bed. I bounce right out of bed. It's like I really don't even open my eyes. I'm like, bam, out of bed. Maybe sit there for 3 minutes before you bam out of bed. Things like that. Oh, here we go with that bam again. Bam. So, making the right decisions for you. And in all reality, if this has anything to do with your health and pain, you might want to try or go the municipal route. But that's very few and far in between, but with that message. But it does help with a lot of stuff. A lot of people use it for diseases, cancers, autism, depression, a lot of things. So, and if you're a drinker, be careful as well. You know, that something doesn't, you know, become addictive, or you find the balance, all in moderation type situation, right? Because I feel like you're being shown something. And again, it could be just be within like meditation or something, but could be when you're high as well. I never give the message of like go and get high, but I don't know. It's almost pulling me to like ayahuasca. That type of journey. So you might just have like a trippy experience without hallucinogenics, but it feels like you're hallucinating. Like, so again, it just could be a very realistic dream. And that came through with air too. You are going towards balance. You are going towards harmony. You are going towards something new. You are manifesting. This is a new journey. And you have the support of the Trinity, Holy Trinity as well. Begin reaching. Hold on. Okay. Let's do Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, week 1. That card's never come out. It's beautiful. Universal oneness, transcend. You got bliss, trust. Future love letter, I love you. And peace at the bottom of the deck. I just heard universal oneness, and I was looking down. I'm like, oh, it's not here, but it is. It's transcending. You could be journaling. This. You could be doing an actual physical cleanse, a spiritual cleanse without knowing it. Something's about to go down. Ten of Cups. Ten of Wands. It was reversed, as if you were dropping the weight. We have 10-10. You might be seeing that a lot. And future love letter. 7 of Swords. Page of Cups. But I didn't get Judgment. I didn't call it out. I'm wondering if that belongs to transcending. Transcendence. Maybe you're promising yourself, because I'm getting pulled right to that Seven of Swords. Maybe you're promising yourself not to sabotage, or you're promising yourself like you'll be more vulnerable, or you're not gonna tell a little white lie, or like it's all about being like authentic. I think if anything, the Seven of Swords is representing sabotage. It could be representing energies around you as well. You do feel like you're dropping the weight. I do feel like you are carrying a lot on your shoulders, and it could have to do with family, children, thoughts. I do feel like trust how something goes down in a family situation. There is something with death here. This could be a loved one visiting you. Somebody has already passed. This could be in reference to a rebirth. I don't feel like the greatest energy with the Ten of Cups, believe it or not. It feels more of like the Ten of Wands, almost like a burden. Like, could be something with secrets that come out. I can't tell if this is you journaling, you texting somebody, if it's coming towards you. Again, it's like trust that everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen for a reason. And it does have something to do with your contentment, your everyday life. Again, it's either family or work. And it can be your thoughts as well. Blue Tiger's Eye, new thought patterns. It is easy for me to clear mental clutter and see beyond the obvious. So again, it can be that, the mental thoughts. This card emerges. It's a giant sideways future of 8 in the crystal skull. The small crystal represents the card that means downloading information from the 5th dimension. You are living as a transcendent being in this dimension. You know exactly what works for you and what does not. Do not go against certain things when it comes to the realm. With this card, you will be stepping into your Akashic records, and you will see the master blueprint of your incarnation. Maybe that's the death vibe I got. Here, you can see a vibrational imprint, everything that ever was and will be, so it's time to surrender. That's basically the theme of this card, especially for the heart and the programs running through the ego. This card will begin to link you to a certain presence. This card pairs well with the cloud meditation, which will trigger a deep inner work. Infinite possibilities are expressed in this card. And again, it's like that whole, like you have a lot, lying on your shoulders. There is a child here, so this could have something to do with the inner child, or again, like something within the family, a rebirth of something. So you're probably downloading something and you're like, huh? Or something's about to happen. You're like, huh? Or somebody runs into your life. It's like, huh? Somebody's completely out of your life. It's like, huh? Like it's heavy. Whatever this is pretty profound. And just kind of trust the process. Whoever's in, who's ever out, whatever comes to you. But there is, I mentioned that whole downloading in air. You might want to watch Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Again, moral codes. So this could have something to do with a past life as well. And, you didn't see something through and now you are this time and you're making sure, like some of you are even setting up, your Akashic records for your next lifetime. Do I think you're going to die premature? No. But I almost feel like something's being written in the stars for the next lifetime as well. And it's something about like reincarnation, which is ironic because I talked about that in air, where I was like, I never had that belief. It never came out like that, as if we all come in with this one code, you know, and it changes throughout, you know, age, your lifetime experiences, growth, evolution. Yeah, so for some reason, I do feel like you're setting up things for your next lifetime and also checking things off currently in regards to your Akashic records. Definitely following your destiny, and that was exactly the same message with air and water. This is kind of the same message, it's just told in a different way. It's kind of more of tangible energy, what you're doing, actions, that type of stuff. So really, it is important that you're hanging out with the right people, or dealing with the right people, and not bringing you happiness or confusion. Nothing, if anything doesn't feel right, just it's not meant to be on your path. Because this is like your time. That's like somebody coming in 3 weeks from now and your path already shifted and they're like, I'm back, or I'm sorry. It's like, no, because that same apology or that path was there, 10 days ago, 3 weeks ago. That opportunity was there. How many times did you give somebody an opportunity? Like, there's, because you got 2 10s, you're working with 2 10s. That's like holding on to something for so long or too long, And there's this energy, again, is like, I'm sorry. Somebody might come in and it's like in 7 days from now, and it's like, no, you've already had, 3 chances, 3 strikes, you're out. Four swords, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 5 there. So you get what I'm saying? Like, so this is something within the matrix that's heavy, but you are working within the 5th dimensional energy and even more than that. So it's like every little step that you take now, there's also something about your next lifetime. It's like checking it off, that's one less thing I have to do in the next lifetime. That's one less thing I got to do in that lifetime. You know what I mean? Say you're 40 and you live another 50 years. The lot changes in 50 years. You could choose to live 800 years on a different planet with a different bloodline, same DNA, but going further back. Somewhere in the galaxy. I don't know. It has to do with why you came here. Part of your Akashic records. You do have to lay some weight down, though. You gotta, really dig in that backpack. What can come out? Carrying a lot on your shoulders. And I don't see like victim mode, like, oh, poor you. No, not at all. It's just you have a lot of responsibilities. You're very much supported. I have a feeling your family is going to support you. Family comes first, but I feel like these are even loved ones that have already crossed over. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. exhaustion, questioning motivations, realignment. I definitely wouldn't have picked up on that vibe. You got warrior at the bottom of the deck, inner strength. So, and then a number 7. So you also have 2 7s. That's a 3, 102, 108, that's a 9, 7, 8, 9, 2 9s, 7, 8, 9. Your soul has had a growth spurt. Tremendous change and transformation are upon you within the inner knowing. Regardless whether you are conscious or subconscious of this change, you may be tired because your soul is trying to match your energetic vibration with a new reality. It is trying to realign you with who you are, the deeper, soulful level. And being out of alignment, there is a need to match your inner self to your physical self, which is playing catch up, which is having you feel exhausted. Do not fret. There are things you can do to strengthen the connection with yourself and receive from the universe. Practice meditation so that it may consume and meet your true self in order to see what it is you truly desire. Open up and practice vulnerability. Do not push shame aside. Embrace the feeling that may be uncomfortable and do whatever your soul begs you to pursue. In regards to other people, you may be criticized while you embrace your authenticity and vulnerability. Remember, their feedback is invalid. If they are not ones that are stepping up to the plate and facing off in the arena as you are, faith and vulnerability will bring you closer and higher to yourself and your destination. Embrace past feelings and memories that are uncomfortable. It's a way to heal and learn. Think of what makes you suppress and acknowledge it, but never let it control your path or destination. Listen to your heart and create stillness to hear. Spend time in nature and connect with the flow of energetic healing. So it's like I said, somebody might not have your back. There is certain family here too, though. And it is you setting something up, and it is in alignment. So some of you've already gone through this. It's deep. There's a lot of depth here. And again, it's like practicing either that meditation or even a 3-minute thing when you wake up in the morning, because the more you strengthen your connection with yourself, you're going to receive more wisdom. And a lot of it's already been downloaded. So again, it's like playing catch up. Others of you is trying to align you right now, which is the same vibe I got here, because like here and now, the Akashic records, ancestors, next reincarnation, and there's something very spiritual about this with the 2 7s. You might want to move in secrecy, but trust whatever's happening is definitely aligning you, and you do have a lot of responsibilities. I don't see anything about really prioritizing. I think it's just got a lot going on in your life, and it's good. You got a lot of family and ancestors looking out for you. It was a beautiful message. And I did get that same vibe that it talked about with which one did I just read? The universal oneness. I did get that same vibe in regards to what was it? Oh no, it was Burrow. I just said something about other people on your path, or somebody might criticize you, but the right people won't. You know what I mean? So Now we got fire, right? We didn't do fire. We started with air, and then we went to water, and then we went to earth. Okay, now we're going to do fire. Aries, Leo, Sag, week 1, February. Somebody's happy you're walking through a gateway. It could be a vision. We got healing. Transformation. Joy and light at the bottom of the deck. You got a lot of depth here too. I think everybody had a lot of depth, but what I just did was earth, right? There's a lot of depth there too. I am getting another death vibe. I don't know what reading that was. It's one I just did. Was it what I just did? And again, death, resurrection with judgment. I'm pretty sure it's the one I just did, which was earth. But I'm not positive. I just feel like this skull is like happy you're walking through this gate. We do have gatekeepers. It could be healing from a death. It could be healing from something, your own death, resurrection. Because there's a transformation here, and in the sense, it usually talks about the death of ego or something. So, and especially with judgment. So, it definitely feels like, and again, feels like making love. So that song is definitely the song of the day. Little fly. So where did you come from? Hermit. Eight of Pence. That fly is slow and annoying. Transformation. So this might be a slow transformation for you, and it's frustrating. 8 of Wands. Now you got 2 8s. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Again, it's like walking through the gate, following your soul. There's something about just authenticity in general. It could be a gatekeeper, a groundskeeper, something with sheep. Experience, research. The more you research, the more healing something becomes, especially if it has to do with your health. Could have to do with even drinking water, eating. You have the 8 of Wands, a transformation. This could be speedy, or it's incoming messages in regards to work or in regards to things that you love. Okay, love. You alright, Kiss? You okay? You alright? Oh, my little oldie one, Kenobi. I can't believe she's 20. You guys can be an old soul. If you guys have a horse, there might be a horse that crosses over. Or this is a horse that's already crossed over. and you're about to ride something out. This is a pretty powerful message. You know, do research, work on things, work on your own healing. It might be a quicker healing than you think. You might transform quicker than you think. You know, you might be a brand new person in 8 weeks, 8 days, 16. You got beloved. You got specters at the bottom of the deck. Discernment, critical thinking. You got love, reciprocity, and intertwinement. Beloved. Spirit is pleading with you to learn to love yourself as much as you loved others, as much as you are loved by others. In the spiritual realm, your guides love you unconditionally. Allow yourself to discover and create your own sense of authenticity while you still are processing and learning. You're eliminating fears and obstacles. By doing so, you are able to teach people about their own lives, why they are learning to trust about the other side. You will give so much in terms of love. Give it freely. Your mission is to investigate every complex channel of your essence and learn everything that you can with your awareness and your purpose, and bring healing to so many people who are saddened because they're experiencing exactly what that suppression and fear is doing to themselves. In the meantime, learn as much as you can and experience exactly what it is you want. Do what you love, and you will lead what needs to be led and go where you need to go. Spirit is saying that they always have your back. You will always have enough. Do not act out of fear. Let go. Trust your path is destined for so much more abundance. Trust it. Follow it. Give others a reason to be true to themselves. Set a standard of living by example through love. Be accepting everyone without judgment, including yourself, and teach you the art of authenticity. No one is perfect, and no one is less. No one is better, or no one is more right. No one is anything more important than anyone else. So you're definitely walking through absolutely a new path, and it's following your heart, being authentic, following your soul. So this is telling me that whatever you went through, dark night of the soul, possibly, I'm not positive, but like, you're walking out using your soul. You're about to walk into something, and it has to come from your soul. I mean, I stress being authentic all the time, because honestly, you can't go wrong at the end of the day, you know? And it talks about that, like there's some type of practice, and it's healing. You know, you have that capability to communicate with others and to put it out there, and it is going to transform your life. So your soul is awakening to a gift, and it's how you project this gift, how you use it. And I've been saying to you guys for years, at the end of the day, no matter what, as long as you're authentic, you can't go wrong. And that is the truth. And think about how many people that live in the matrix and they don't follow that one code of ethics. So this is about your moral code, guys. You know, they don't do this because of that. They go to that job every day because they need to pay their bills. Like, yeah, I get it. But I mean, it really is a beautiful message. It really is that simple. It's your thoughts that make it complicated. You got to reprogram your brain. Go after what your soul is telling you to do. It's a beautiful message. It's very clear cut. These are lessons that you've already learned. This is all about your beliefs. Share these beliefs with others. Whether it's through journaling, whether it's through online. You don't even have to show your face. You can just open a YouTube channel and share your thoughts. You can do a podcast and not show your face. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many routes that you can go. The only thing that stop you would be your own fear, conditioning other people's thoughts. But again, like, this is energy that really should be preached. And you're truly following your own code too. Nobody can just pick this up and be like, all right, I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to teach people this way. It has nothing to do with that. Anybody can steal anybody's ideas or thoughts or go in the same direction. Like, when something comes from your fucking soul and it's a belief and you fucking know it and it will help, this is meant for you. It's almost like it's absolutely spirit is throwing this in my face. There's no question that this has a lot to do with me as well. Absolutely, hands down. You know, I try to keep my stories and situations out of, tarot. Who wants to be called out? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's really what it boils down to, is getting to the bottom of the root. Really tapping into your soul. Vision. Imagination is key to survival too. A happy survival. So, it's your choice. At the end of the day, it's your choice on how you follow through when it comes to beliefs. I love you guys so much. I will see you at some point. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and a good week. Bye, guys.